Mic's on. Hello, everyone. We're live. Welcome back to Nightmares on the Frontier, our Forge in the Dark custom skin by Jamie, our Dungeon Master. Actual play. This is episode 9 of 12. So we're in that home stretch, but I'm not the only person here. However, I would like to remind everyone that we are streaming from the unceded land of the coastal Salish people, very particularly the Squamish peoples, where I'm sitting at. And yeah, just letting y'all guys know that's where we're streaming from. And we will go around and everyone just introduce themselves, their characters. And I need to switch. There we go. And yeah, go ahead. Jamie, go ahead. Switch cameras.
Hey, welcome to Nightmares on the Frontier. This is a Blades in the Dark skin that is kind of a Wild West fantasy so far. We've seen a little bit of horror, but not a whole lot. We have been doing mostly criminal activities with our group of artificers that go by all artifacts belong to us.
You are muted on Google Meet, just let you know.
Oh, okay, I'll unmute.
Yeah, thank you.
So, we are a bunch of artificers, and well, you guys are. And last time, y'all went to a auction and got some things, sold some things, but we'll get back to that.
Me next.
Yeah, hon.
Hi, I'm Fairy Zarina. I am playing Catrio, the spell slinger. I'm big, scary, shooty person. And yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Emmer, commonly on the internet, and today I'm playing Ruben Zahir, who is our clairvoyant, who's a spooky weirdo, and I love him.
Hi, I'm Brindis of Party Wife Games. I'll be playing Cassandra Silk, our silver tongue, and she also loves Ruben. She stole things for him.
She did.
That's gay. Sorry.
Oh my. I am Jamaica Squeeze, and I play Aremio Mendoza, also known as the Father, a follower of the color, and a moral compass of sorts.
Oh, it's me. Hi everyone. I'm Val, a Rosarian on the internet. This is my channel. Today I bring to you Rian. She is our dwarf and our archaeologist of the group. She is very, very short, very eccentric, and very skeptical. So she loves her tree. And I'd like to remind everyone here that we are a viewer affected game. You can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies on that is gifted to the channel can give anyone here a reroll to any of their dice rolls. The Dungeon Master does not roll dice, or the storyteller doesn't roll dice in this particular system. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can gift an extra dice to our dice pools whenever we do make a roll. And if you want to donate straight up money through Streamlabs or Coffee, you can do so on a sliding scale. Give our storyteller Jamie an idea. Of course, all ideas are at our discretion, as we do not cross any lines or veils that have been presented on the channel. And with that, is there any other information that I'm leaving out? I don't think so. I think that's us. I'm also honoring any like coffee donations that are the equivalent to bits and subs, because I understand right now that some people don't want to give their money to Twitch, and that's fine. But there are other options to affect us. So, like, if you do $1, you can give a reroll, that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, all right. And now, as I open up my booster juice, Jamie, take us away.
Yeah, so let's see. Last time we left off, you guys had attended an auction that was held by the Antlions, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They were, who are a pretty powerful um, black market group. You guys met some other criminals. You pulled some shenanigans. You managed to buy the wagon of wealth, I believe is what it's called. It's a covered wagon that looks normal in appearance, but has a massive roomy interior. You guys also stole the Death Slinger's cape. I'm sorry, Cassandra's, with a little help from her friends, stole the Death Slinger's cape for Ruben. So the next time he gets shot, since he seems to have a problem with getting hit and shot and possessed, then it can absorb the impact of one bullet a day. So we'll say that kind of cycles through when the sun comes up.
Okay.
What's that face for, Val?
My smoothie tastes like fish.
Oh no!
Oh, well.
Is it,
I
is
mean,
it
you
like a
do live in
good-
Vancouver, but
Get some like Thai chili sauce in there.
No,
Yeah,
it's
put a little
supposed to
salt on
be-
it. Get some barbecue
It's like-
flavor or something.
It's not supposed to taste like fish. It's strawberry and banana, and the only booster I put in was calcium. Did they put in eggs, fish eggs, salmon roe for my calcium booster? Like, I don't. I'm just
We're out
gonna.
of powder loaded up with salmon caviar.
add
Yikes.
some lemon.
There is lemon in there. Like, I'm sorry. Continue. It's just I'm having.
Well, yeah, it's understandable. You got your taste buds set for something and it's fish instead.
It's not supposed to be fish in a banana smoothie. I'm just saying. Anyway,
Surprise
continue.
fish is never good.
No, it's
So-
not.
You guys made out like bandits, pun intended.
Yeah, we did.
You guys got a good bit of coin from selling your magical artifact, the Queen's Brass, which was auctioned off,
Mhm.
and you turned that around and got a tier. So you guys are now a tier 1 group, and with that comes a little bit more leeway when dealing with others, and but also your hold was reduced to weak since you guys now have a little bit more responsibilities and about the same amount of people
Mhm.
to deal with that. So the next move is kind of on you guys. You guys still have downtime, but now that the Queen's Brass is out of the way, you don't really have to worry about the residents of the Dreamlands and all their drama. Seems like the strange man Walter Reed is probably out of your lives for now, since he was left there in the Dreamlands, stranded. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
shit.
guys meet back at the old hollowed out tree underneath which you have your hideout, and above which you have your magical garden, which is now complete.
With a flesh-eating tree.
Yeah. Cloaked in shadows.
Mhm.
Nothing creepy about that at all.
It's a magical
Nothing to
secret
worry about.
garden with. I just want to be that that one building in the neighborhood that like all of the children like spreads rumors about. Like,
Hell yeah.
it's like yeah.
We
that's
are the
just-
Mirdos, mister.
God, the weirdos. Exactly. Yeah. Does anybody want to do their downtimes first? Anyone got some ideas? Or just free play, I guess.
Well, we do have a few clocks we could work on. There's
Mhm.
your grimoire cat is almost done. And I think that's actually the only long-term project you guys have going right now.
Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna work on my smarts again. Fuck. Which fucking tab is it? All right, there we go. My mind, and then work on the grimoire.
My smarts. I think you're very smart.
So you spent some time doing research on arcane techniques and spells so that you can flesh out this grimoire of cruel and icky magic. And I think you guys have a bonus to mind training, so you get 2 XP when you train mind. And then if you want to, you can roll, but you only need 1 more notch. So regardless, I think you'll finish this project.
Yep, I got a 3.
Nice. So even though you have been kind of struggling to put the finishing touches on this grimoire, you managed to get it completed and bound, and it is full of magic that most would deem immoral, but things that concerning manipulation of the body, nerves, and the mind. I'm sure that you have some things in mind when you were working on it. So feel free to use your imagination to flesh out its contents.
Oh, I will.
Flesh out its contents.
Flesh out its fleshy contents.
So, with that in mind, does anybody else have any projects or assets they want to acquire?
I think on mine, I thought I had more stress than this, so I can't go on.
Stressed out or injured?
Nah, I only got the 1, so I can't go on any more crazy benders yet.
I mean, we could.
We
It
could.
would just end badly.
it could continue to end badly.
I don't know if you should, but you could.
Well.
I feel like I'm not going to be overindulging in a weird vice. I will probably take some drugs to chill out. My 2 are going to potentially be easy, but I wonder if 1 might be useful for cast. I'm happy to spend a coin to do a triple. I'm going to be flexing my mind a little bit. I'd like to be spending some time with the map that we had with the interesting locations in the frontier.
Okay.
And looking into some books to see any history I can find about those specific areas. But I'm flexing my investigate with that, basically.
Gotcha.
To train my mind. I'm going to request that Rian helps me train my body some more.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, I will. I'm not good at gymnastics.
Dancing class. No.
But we can. I'm very good at squats. We can do some
Squats.
squatting. Yes, we can do
Okay.
some squatting. And I am also going to roll this as to relieve my stress, which I have. The
Yeah, I
chance
figure-
Of, I also have the
Yeah.
chance of overindulging because I only have
Uh-huh.
4, but I also want to get rid of that 4 because yeah.
Let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
My 3rd one is potential. I don't know what you have planned for Cassandra, but if she's wanting to learn about magic, I would spend a coin to also train some spirit while I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
If you're wanting to train yours, if not, I'm.
No, that makes perfect sense. That would be something she can do.
Yeah. So I'm just. It's like full on Rocky montage of like flipping through the books and doing my investigating the maps, doing some crunches, and then casting spells with Cassandra, and probably making out in between sessions.
Yeah. So I'll write that off as one of mine. And then I do know what my second one will be when we come back around.
Nice.
Ooh, I rolled
2 more like teenagers.
All right. So I'm actually a little disappointed because I rolled to relieve my stress, and I rolled a 4 and a 2, and 4 is my max, like the max that I had. And I'm like, what?
Oh, so you don't overindulge?
I don't overindulge in my squatting with you. So
I wonder how overindulging with squats would really.
Yo,
that would look
like,
like.
I would bust out of my pants, like. I would pinch my sciatica. I'm not talking from experience or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll like have to get up to try and help you, but like I'm burning muscles in my thighs I've not used before. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, it's cool.
I'm just
It's
gonna-
no, it's fine, Ruben. I'm closer to the ground. I got it. And
You're not wrong.
oh man. So how's everything? How's your? Are you now like exclusive with Cassandra?
I feel like exclusive is an interesting word to use regarding.
Are you?
'Cause I
Right,
am unless yeah.
Like outside of her profession, because obviously.
Shh. Yeah. Yeah. You know. It's certainly taking that kind of route.
I'm very happy for you to.
Thanks. I like her a lot.
Very happy for you. It's
Thanks.
though sometimes you do protect. You do partake in opportune times to make out.
There's no such thing.
Mm.
It just makes things that little bit more exciting. There's a bit of a thrill to it. Makes it better.
For you,
Yeah.
not for the
That's-
rest of
yeah.
us.
I do not do those things with her for the rest of you. So
No, it's true. All I'm
Sorry.
no, that's I understand.
We
I
only
don't-
did that once.
And
was
I'm
for someone
never
else.
going to let you live it down. Like just forever watching you. It's like no, I understand. I'm not criticizing your relationship. Like I said, I'm very happy for you.
yeah. Thanks.
But
I understand that maybe there are times where we take our eyes off the stove, so to speak.
exactly. We don't need the water to boil over because we do have a custodian now. I understand. However,
We do, yeah.
I don't think they're going to come out.
We keep
with
him
us in
busy.
yeah, I don't think they're going to come out with us in the frontier. So
No.
I'm just
But
saying.
like when you're out and roughing it, there's no property to be making a mess of. So as long as we're not doing it in the car, I think it'll be
Well, it's
fine.
not only that; it's just to keep your wits about you.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that
We
too,
don't need
sure.
anything sneaking up on us.
I'm
know
a
we have a
clairvoyant. Nothing
really-
sleeps up on me.
I'm going to test
Always go
that. Like when I'm going to go.
Okay.
I need to go prune my tree. Like,
Is that a euphemism?
no, the tree really honestly needs pruning.
Oh, would you like some help?
Sure doesn't bite.
I'm going to do this as me time.
Okay.
So thank you
Good
for
luck.
offering.
Enjoy. Oh yeah. I mean,
Bye.
of course.
Yes.
You help me. Anytime you need help from me, you need to only ask.
Like, no offense, but this is the preacher and I's baby.
True.
Cassandra's ears burn at illegitimate love child with Padre.
Oh, so you two. Is that why it's?
Oh no, we're not involved. I'm clearly with like Kat and I have been in this
Yeah, are
thing
you two like
for a while. Like we
you
don't.
know? Are you exclusive and?
I don't know. We've. It's always just like our hands brush against each other and our faces blush and we go out and date. We've just known each other for a while, and I feel like yes, but also we've never talked about it.
I've been very invested. I have slowly been. I swear, like
haven't asked them.
I maybe won't do it out loud, but like deep down on the inside, if I ever see, I will be
issue has
cheering
been
for
is
you.
that they're such a good friend of mine. I don't want to ruin that. You know what I
Well,
mean?
surely it will only make that better.
I don't know. You don't know my family.
If your family are not in the relationship, you shouldn't be worrying
No,
about
it's just
their...
hereditary toxic behaviors that gets passed down.
Oh.
Mm. I have a lot of stepfathers.
I understand the concept, yes. Okay, well, well, I wish you luck. I'm sure the two of you have a strong enough relationship that nothing could ruin it. If you want, I can read the fate story.
No,
Okay.
that's okay. Every time you seem to read the fate, something bad happens either to the person or to you, so I'm good.
I'm clearly just a magnetic force. It's
And you know what? That's fine.
Uh-huh.
You do you. But I'm not gonna do it. I already have enough where I think the color's watching me at all points, and I'm not saying I know the color's real. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I know it's real. I just don't want to worship it.
You just don't want to tell them that you know.
Yes.
I can respect that. I have
I
mad
want it
respect
to
for
know
that.
that I know.
Yeah.
Like we live.
It doesn't know that I know that it knows.
Yeah. Oh, it knows, but I believe that it exists. But that's another thing. I believe also the gods can exist. Obviously, it exists. Like I'm not an atheist.
Samagundi definitely exists, but they're not like my
Right.
god.
Right.
They're just an otherworldly entity.
I wish people would understand the difference of like, just because I believe that it exists doesn't mean that I have to pay it any mind.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to like worship it.
Yeah.
You just
Some people
no.
don't understand
Oh.
that, but it's fine. I love giving the Padre a hard time about it, just because I just want to make sure he has good reasons in worshipping what he worships, because the color is.
Keeps him on his toes.
I've read lots of books on the color, and it is scary.
I've read a lot of coloring books, but I'm kidding.
You don't read coloring books; you color in them.
That's the joke. That's the joke.
I read coloring books. Thank you very much.
Oh, hi, Kat. How are you doing?
Hey,
Kat does like pictures in their books.
we're doing squats. Would you like to join us?
Well, I was about to go prune my tree.
Oh yeah, of course.
Is that a euphemism?
Why is everyone here?
Well, apparently it's not a euphemism, but she did say it was for a long time, so I think actually it is.
Oh, I mean, you could do both. A little personal hygiene's never a bad thing.
It's true.
What?
It's usually appreciated in fact. Anyway.
Might actually go see the preacher because I need to go be forgiven for that.
I'm gonna go have a drink. I earned it. I've flexed my glute muscles far too much today.
There is a whistle and a smack.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna like exit out of the scene now, and I'm gonna like
Leave stage left.
blush a little like Kat because we were just talking about them and like
Yes, we were.
I don't know what I'm
Right.
doing for my second downtime. Y'all just do what y'all want to do.
My second downtime, if nobody else wants to jump in, I was gonna burn down our wanted level again. Because we got it back up to the 3 that I had reduced last time. Mostly I got it back up, so I could get rid of it. So yeah, let's go make friendly at the fireman's ball, or something equivalent.
Sure.
Let's see here. I find the page. I just had it. Now I lost it.
Spread the right rumors.
Yeah,
right
we'll
people.
probably misdirect again. I probably won't say it's the ogres this time because they've been getting a lot of attention lately.
The ogres are
Anyway.
like, somebody is snitching on us.
We gotta find this rat.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta smush him. All right. Who can we blame? Who do we not like? Circle of Flames is a -2. Special Investigators is something else. Brewers Guild. Oh,
Fuck those guys.
yeah.
Fuck the
I'm
Brewers
gonna-
Guild.
I'm gonna start spreading some rumors that a Brewers Guild operative was at the auction and they're the one that stole the cape and stuff.
Ooh,
I'm-
spicy.
So
Yeah.
spicy.
So it was like I heard a rumor that, and did you hear that the Brewers Guild had infiltrated the auction the other day, and one of them's been walking around sporting a very nice new cloak. Just little things like, boy, isn't it weird that they suddenly have all this money and they did all this nice stuff. And I heard that they sabotage. I'm going to specifically be like, I heard that they also sabotaged one of the bids to make, the person pay an exorbitant amount of coin, which is something we definitely did. Just going to pass all of that onto these other folks.
Amazing.
Dice
I love
roller. Yeah.
So that's gonna be a manipulator roll, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And I have like a bunch of additional stuff, so I'm gonna put on an extra dice as well. And my sheet is here. Manipulate is 2 dice on roll of 3. 1, 2, 1. Oh no!
Oh, no.
I'm gonna take a re-roll.
Yes.
Avoid that critical fail. So I burned extra die, and now I'm burning a re-roll.
Okay.
All right.
Oofed.
1, 2, 6.
Okay. The 6 will clear all that heat. It's 3 segments off.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oof, that first one.
Whew.
Oh.
There was the moment,
Adorable.
a fraction of a moment where things nearly went terribly wrong. Also, I want to point out that while I was training you to do cast, I was probably modeling that cape that you got me, but only the cape.
Only the cape.
Yeah.
It's to maintain concentration for spellcasting.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I have so many little comic book panels of like art ideas whenever we play this game of like the scenes, and I was like, I wish I could draw well enough to just constantly duke this out because it deserves it. Like,
Yeah.
The misadventures of these nerds in comic form.
Yeah. I think
It's
it'd be a great
Lovebirds
comic. Yeah.
and Friends.
Lovebirds and Friends.
So, who does still have downtime? We haven't gotten to
Padre has 2 still,
Padre.
and I definitely have 1 still. Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Padre.
Yes, I'm not entirely sure what to do with my downtime on this occasion. I think after the workout area has cleared from the noise and frivolity that I heard earlier, that I shall make my way there to also train my body.
My body. Okay.
Do you like my body?
With that, I'm wondering, are you still injured?
No,
No,
I was
you
able to
got
take care
healed
of
up.
that.
Oh yes. Okay, cool. So, training your body up. Yeah. Waiting for everybody to clear out of the gym. Smart.
I needed a bit of peace and quiet on this occasion today.
Sure.
I'm still pretty ecstatic about the visions the color gave me, and there's something about it that feels selfish. So I just want to be alone a bit. But perhaps it would be good of me to push outward and try and share the supreme joy that I saw. Maybe I could go and give a sermon. Although again, at this point, it appears that our heat was addressed by Cassandra. And this would then be on its own accord. Would that be possible to extend to personal training for me to spread the good word?
Yeah, you can do playbook training through that. Another thing that you guys could do is just a last minute suggestion thing is acquire assets if there's something
Yeah.
you guys
I actually have an idea for an asset.
it can also be crew upgrades, temporary
Mhm.
crew upgrades as one of
That's
the
right.
assets you can acquire. But yeah, you can definitely train your playbook by going and spreading the good word of the color on the streets of Blackstone, where people are starting to hear tale of your sidewalk preachings, and so you're not a strange face, quite as much of a strange face. People are you're starting to become a character, almost not a character, but a
A known face.
A local
Yeah.
figure, if you will.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. And so it does seem to your sidewalk sermons have seemed to have some effect on the city so far.
Good. People need to be saved. They need to have the opportunity to right themselves and follow a good, pure, and colorful life.
That being said, did you gain any abilities or anything from that, or are you just working towards your next ones?
Just working towards the next for those. The ability I gained would have been from the end of last session.
Okay, cool. I see. And Val, did Rianne want to
Yeah.
get a asset?
So yeah, now if I have to spend some coin to get a third, like a third one, I'll probably do it. I want to look into, because now we have this carriage, and now and like the extra animals to pull it. Well, I mean, we had our birds to begin with, but I want to look into essentially a caretaker for our beasts of burden, so that when we go out, we have someone that can tend to them. On
Someone
the
to come
frontier.
like with you guys? Okay.
Yeah.
Like a carriage rider?
Yeah. Like
Gotcha.
someone that can take care of the birds, because
They deserve it.
they do
Like
deserve it.
They
And
deserve
if,
it.
and if we leave camp, like to go like
Stable master.
exploring, somebody, like a stable master. I would like to have a stable master.
We would like a stable master to stay with us.
Preen the feathers of her. What do we call them? The off-brand chocobos?
The Casawara bows.
Casawara.
Because they're actually like they're like giant cassowaries that we ride.
Just they're yellow. They look like Big Bird. It's great.
Well,
So you roll-
have you not
It's
seen
such a visual.
Emma, wait a second, Hobaloo. Have you not seen a cassowary? Like,
They're scary.
like the dinosaur nut, the other dinosaur nut is not. I've seen the actual dinosaur.
I know. Yeah.
I was
I know.
about to be very
I'm
disappointed
suggesting
in
that ours look like Big Bird.
Yeah, true. We have big yellow. We have different color ones. So.
Oh yeah.
All right. So for that, my
You
dear,
need to be a cross between the cassowaries and the shoebills.
Roll your
yeah.
tier.
Yep.
So
So 1.
yeah, let's see, cohort, and then you can increase their quality by 1 for each 2 coin you spend after that.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially you get a cohort of the same tier as your crew. And they'll come with you guys, and so whenever they roll, you'll roll tier for them, or I'll roll tier for them.
Okay. Do I have to roll anything other than 1 dice for the tier? Okay. So just for the tier, and I'm gonna spend some coin in our stuff, like not the personal one, but the stuff that's in our crew, if y'all don't mind. A 5.
A 5,
Mm-hmm.
and you're spending coin to increase the result.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then it'll be a tier 2, because a 5 would be equal to your tier, and then if you bump that up, it's gonna get a +1.
There you go. Just
Yep,
going around
tier
looking
2
for the
master.
best chocobo master I can find.
Very
Let's see.
best.
If it's anything
Who
like
has-
the one mission in Dragon Age, I'm gonna be mad. Sorry.
That one Master Dennett guy.
Fuck Master Janet. Anyway, go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
Let's see. This guy's name is Hamish.
Hamish.
He's a little Hamish.
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 I
I
don't know.
like it.
Anyway, he is a stable master, and
Oh, like the Scottish name.
yeah,
Hamish.
Hamish. Thank you.
Welcome.
Bam. That's what I was looking for. All right, and he is stable master, and he needs a drawback.
Ooh, yeah, he needs his 2 things, right?
He needs his 2 things.
His
Can't
2
do anything without
things.
his 2 things.
I know, if he's tenacious or unreliable or any of that, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
You have
Exactly.
to pick those.
Where
What page
in
is
the
that
world?
on?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. It's gonna be under NPC stuff.
Cohorts. 95.
You're the best.
Oh. This is why I like books.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have.
There we go. Edges
physical
and
copy.
flaws, right?
So yeah, edges and flaws.
We will make them. You know what? Their edge. Let's make them fearsome.
Oops. Okay.
But also principled. I imagine they have an eye patch.
The principle is learning to respect the birds. It's why they have the eye patch.
I like it. I like it.
Lost this eye. All right.
It's like, this is what happens when you don't respect nature. And he like points to his eye. Respect your animals. He's also a vegetarian.
See, I'm kind of wanting him to have like a Steve Irwin kind of voice.
Oh, no.
That'd be great.
Wait. It's up to Jammy. Jammy has to speak. Like, how's your
Gotta
Steve
respect
Irwin,
those
Jammy?
animals.
How's my Steve Irwin?
Yeah.
It's about the equivalent of the Simpsons impression of Steve Irwin.
Crikey.
That's fine. Simpsons impressions are great.
Crikey. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's very bad. Let's just throw that out there. Nothing to be proud of. So,
Right.
but yeah, he can be Australian if that's something you guys want him to be. He's I mean, he can sound Australian. He's a burrower.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes to your guys' hideout and sets up a shop. You guys give him a room and show him where you keep the chokawaris.
Chokawaris. There we go.
And what where do you keep these birds anyway? Do you guys have some kind of place to keep these, or y'all just
We usually just tied them up
let them roam
outside.
free? Okay.
Oh no.
like normally.
You have like a fenced in area
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah, we have a fenced in area for them, of course. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we have a fenced in area. We never talked about it because we
I
haven't.
just imagine
used
you walk
them,
up there and if they're all tied up with
Yeah.
rope, they'd all be all tangled up and just be like,
Yeah, it's like in Final Fantasy VII. You just like, I imagine we have like a fence around our tree with a gate, and like they're just roving, like, not into the secret garden though.
well, yeah, it's on top of the tree.
Yeah.
Can these things fly? That's another good question.
No.
Probably not, right?
No, they cannot. They are flightless. Yeah, these guys are definitely flightless.
They have wings, but
Thing
they
as
can't use them.
emus. Yeah.
Stupid, pointless wings. Gotcha.
Like chickens.
Yeah.
Chickens
And
can
chicken
at
wings
least
aren't
hover.
pointless because they're
True.
delicious.
Don't eat my bird.
It's It's a lot of meat.
like, unless it's an emergency.
Well, there is a wing shortage, so
Listen. At some point, all pets become rations. So, I'm sorry.
It's true.
oh my gosh.
Or shelter. when
Remember
it's really cold.
rations?
Um,
Val's character in our D&D game had a pet pig named Rations.
yeah.
Amazing. I actually had an ex who had a pet duck that he called Crispy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hell
so
yeah.
you guys aren't eating these though. You guys are prepping them to go on an adventure. I imagine they have rigging and bridles and things like that, things that you guys can hook them up to this this cart. It takes probably, I'm going to say that it probably takes twice as many of them to pull something as it would horses.
Mm-hmm.
So if it takes 2 horses to pull this wagon, it's going to take 4 of your
That's okay. We
Cassowaries.
have 5. So
Yeah.
hey, follow Black Cats. Thank you so much for the raid, friends. We appreciate your faces. We're talking about our giant birds and the wagon that they have to pull. We have off-brand chocobos here. But thank you so much. Welcome everyone. Continue, please, Jamie. Sorry.
No, I mean, so
Yeah.
what are you guys planning? You guys are thinking of going into the
Yeah.
frontier. You know, we had Ruben was looking at his map, trying to figure out maybe where some interesting locations might be. Did we ever follow up on that?
No.
Do you want to maybe roll? It wasn't downtime though, was it? It was.
I was doing it with dirt, so like I was flavoring it for what I was doing to train my mind, but I was actively doing it. So
yeah, let's go ahead and roll. You can use your clairvoyance for this, I think,
Mhm.
because it's going to be a gather information roll.
Yeah.
And I would use gain insight for this,
Gain insight.
unless you think you're
No, it's
directly
and I'm
casting a spell.
no, gain insight is fine because that's kind of what the insight's where the clairvoyancy comes from. But I get this is gathering information for a score, are they? We're going in there to do a score. Yeah.
It could be if it ends up, then it will contribute towards it.
Yeah. So
It ends up being a
will-
score.
my intentions anyway. So I'll gain my extra 2 1s, 2 5s. That'll be a 5. Please.
So get good details, clarifying follow-up questions.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
before I give you good details, what exactly are you looking for? Just areas of interest?
Yeah, so way back when, throwback to when we first met those people in that tavern, and we did a switcheroo with the maps, and I transferred their information onto our map before we fucked up where the symbols were on theirs. Very wholesome and not at all criminal thing for us to do. So we have a map that they had of notable locations in the frontier. So I guess what I'm
Right.
trying to do is I'll maybe get Rian to like help me out a little bit and
Mhm.
try to look into history or tales or stories from those specific areas for like info. But then my clairvoyancy is I kind of want to see. I mean, we're all about gaining items and
Mhm.
info and coin, right? So I'm gonna try and douse the map, with a crystal dowser, and see which one's gonna be the most profitable.
Yeah, we should definitely see if there's any type of ruins out there that we can go pillage. Mhm.
Well, that's where the trying to look for profitable. So I'm looking for which one of those locations, and I'm aware you're probably gonna pull them out your ass, but which one?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Which one would be the most profitable for us? in
So
terms of
there's a couple of
progress?
things marked on this map.
Yes.
You have the location of what is been described to you as a basically a cockatrice, if you guys are familiar with that from different mythologies, where these Solarian soldiers turned back because they were they lost quite a few friends out there, or maybe it was just one guy. Can't remember. I think it was one of their
It was
friends.
one guy.
Yeah. But they were a pretty small group, so they had come back to kind of recoup. And there are a couple of other locations marked on this map, one of which is it's marked Giant Tomb, and it's in the mountains, and in the kind of to the northwest of Blackstone. And then there, very far on the far edge of the map, there is past the Locklands, and these Great Lakes. There is a area that seems to be marked as a desert, and there are 2 towers drawn on the map, and they're marked. One of them is marked the Half Moon Tower, and the other one is marked the Dark Moon Tower, and they seem to be very far away, but most likely the most profitable as you kind of focus your ability to see your far seeing abilities. You kind of get visions of these elaborate halls, and these towers on the horizon, these 2 towers that kind of stand facing one another in the moonlight in this desert. And these elaborate ruins that were once probably very spectacular to look at. You can see that inside of this giant tomb, you see caverns that almost look like the catacombs of France. They're lined with large bones of all different shapes and sizes. And then as you focus on the area where the soldiers were, you can kind of see these rocky plateaus with these strange sideways trees kind of growing out of every which surface that there is, and you can kind of see birds flying off in the distance. But there are a couple of options there, 3 to be exact. The towers are kind of together, so they're kind of one option. But those are the 3 things that you are picking up on.
Okay. So I'll take my time seeing what the universe is showing me with it, and then just kind of look up to everyone with an excited puppy face. Guys. Okay, so the 3 locations seem pretty exciting. This one here looked like a tomb in the mountains with just lined with bones. Sounded cool. This one over here, it's the furthest away, but I saw 2 towers, half moon, dark moon. Nothing bad will come of that, right?
Oh, never.
But it's the one that seems profitable.
Well, we do like money.
We do, and they seem ancient and grand, and probably were something very spectacular in their day, so who knows what is kept in there.
I feel like Ruben may say otherwise, but I feel like we kind of have a reputation to uphold as to go for the ruins. It's in our name, after all. Artificers, we got to go find the artifacts and artifice, as it were. Farther does mean more danger. There's more potential for someone to try and steal whatever we may acquire, though.
True.
Do you have any clarifying questions?
Along the way, don't forget.
Can we do any additional research to see if anything comes up about these towers?
Sure. I have clarifying questions, so I think I can.
Yeah, you guys can also roll some more, get more information, or go out and investigate whatever you need to do.
Yeah. Why don't we? I want to make a roll just to have a roll, but can we like library search any more information? And I think if
Well,
I want to, oh sorry.
Let's see if Ruben has any
Oh,
more
sure.
questions first
Well,
before we move on.
I was thinking because I could see the towers and inside of them, my clarifying question about that might be: does it look like we'll need specialist equipment when we get there? Things that will need climbed up or into or down into the depths, etc., or does it seem fairly?
They seem to be intact, for the most part.
Mhm.
There are some, there's some rubble blocking some of the passageways, in your visions, but they're surprisingly intact.
Mhm.
Seems like the fact that they're kind of in this desert climate, maybe helping preserve them.
Yeah. Did it look like it was a place that once served a purpose? Like, is it like a wizard server where there's like a home and there's a lab and there's like, or
Seems
watchtowers, or
whatever purpose they served is unclear, probably lost to time. However, the exquisite like furnishings and decor on the inside of these halls that you've seen, like feasting halls and dance halls and things of that nature, gives you the impression that they were probably a status symbol as well as functioning as castles themselves are typically fortresses in their own right. So
gotcha.
a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Sure. All right. And were they standalone towers? Was there's like a moat to get into it? And did they seem like they were far apart from each other? Like, I understand that they're together as in
They
they're one thing, but
seem like they're probably maybe a mile apart, or a kilometer apart.
yeah,
Probably a little less. So they get to this, like, when you have this vision, you see them kind of facing each other on the horizon, but you don't see like a moat or anything between them. It's mostly just desert. There are these strange like standing stones that kind of litter the area around them.
Okay. Last one for me. Did I see any emblem or a symbol or a crest or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely a lot of moon imagery associated with both of these towers. One of them being like a black circle, and then the other one being like a crescent moon.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I feel like that's enough for clarifying questions.
For sure.
You found something good.
Oh yeah, yeah. 2 towers, mile apart, big, grand halls, like feasting halls and ballrooms, and ancient ones called
Wait.
the
Is
Half Moon
there
Tower.
a
One's called the Dark
giant
Moon.
red eye on any of these towers?
No, well,
Okay,
there's
good,
a big
we're fine.
black moon. Okay.
Oh, moons.
Moons. There's moons everywhere. But
That's no moon.
yeah. So
Moons like around question, how many moons does our planet have?
One. You guys have one moon.
Okay. So is there like a whole bunch of moons on like the tower engraving?
No.
Or it's just moons circling, like the tower has its own celestial bodies?
No, there's imagery in them, like tapestry or whatever, of a half moon in one tower and a dark moon in the other. Black circle.
Okay.
But God, ancient towers full of grand. Listen,
Very true.
it's quite far away though.
I mean, we have a cart now and someone to take care of our birds. So, Jams, can I also, now that I have something to look for, can I go through my library of books and knowledge and investigate if there's any sort of legends and lores about these moon towers?
Sure.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
All right. I'm going to use investigate for this. And let's see what I got. I don't have any extra dice. And I'm going to keep my stress low. I think 3 is pretty well. I'm going to reroll. I got a 1, a 2, and a 2. Like, use one of those gifted rerolls. All right. Yeah, I'm suddenly craving Jaffa cakes.
There was an advert on TV.
All right,
That's
so
the
I
thing.
got 2 4s and a 6.
Okay. Let's see. With a 6, that is a success,
Mm-hmm.
and you're using investigation to kind of search through your library.
Yeah,
right?
my lore. Yeah, all my lores that I have, my, all my degrees, the research papers, like whatever I have access to. Yeah.
Gotcha. So,
Mhm.
I would say after searching through your library and coming across basically nothing that leads you to believe that it's relevant, you kind of send for some information from some of your colleagues, and after waiting a few days, you get this collection of scrolls and books that you kind of leaf through and take notes on the few scraps of information that are available on these towers that seem to have been discovered on an excursion by the Solarians into the Nightmare Frontier. There, 2 towers that are located in the southern desert.
Mhm.
You got to pass through the Locklands to get to them. Um, they the expedition logs lead you to believe that they used a boat to kind of cut down on the expedition time.
Mm.
The locals helped them with that, but the towers themselves seem to at one point belong to nobility. Um, their uh, their language was ancient, but they were able to translate some of the runes that they found, and it seems like this family was associated. There were 2 families that each one of them ruled one of these towers, lived in one of these towers, and they were associated with protection of the land, and that the remnants now have become kind of ghouls and specters that haunt these halls. So when the Solarians went to investigate, they weren't able to um, make it very far into the tower before they had to turn and
Fucking
uh,
cowards.
well, being low on supplies and out in the middle of nowhere
Mhm.
with just an excursion, kind of like
Mhm.
a scouting group. Um, they weren't prepared for this kind of trouble. So um, the towers themselves, though, they made lots of notes of how there were tapestries, and the remnants themselves. These people had elaborate armor and fancy jewelry and weaponry that seemed very advanced for them compared to what the wildlings have been using um, to kind of fight off the nightmares. Um, so, what else could I clarify for you? I think that's probably about what they have.
Yeah. I think my clarifying question would be, did they leave their boat?
So the boat didn't belong to them.
Okay.
It was they got a local
A
local
wilder clan that was out there.
wilder
Oh,
out there to
okay.
ferry them across the
then my
locks.
then my clarifying question would be, um, would we be able to negotiate with this wilder clan for a boat to as well?
Probably.
Okay.
It might be wise to bring something to bargain with.
Yeah. We have money. Okay.
Well, that probably
Yeah,
doesn't mean
sure.
shit to them.
That is true.
They can't eat it, so or kill anything. I mean, I guess you maybe could like.
Mm-hmm.
They can't eat it with that attitude.
You can eat anything.
Just saying, that's not going to help them survive.
You can eat anything if you're brave enough.
All right. You know what I meant.
We are these kind of people. Yeah, I'm gonna relay this information back, and it's out in the desert. It'll take a while. There's some spooks there, but we're not afraid of spooks because we are spooks. There's a wilder clan that we could probably bargain for a boat. We just have to, because the boats will make things faster to get to these towers with the spooks in them. The Solarians didn't go in because they're not prepared for spooks, but we are prepared for spooks since we know spooks are there. But yeah, we could find something in these towers if we wanted. It'd be quite an excursion, however, so we'd have to be prepared for that.
We'll have the ability to see these things ahead of time as well.
Mm-hmm.
With my delightful mask.
And I'm much better at not being possessed, so.
Yeah, hell yeah. Little do they know we are both brave and stupid, and we'll do this no bother.
I am not stupid.
I just commit.
I am. Don't insult me like that.
We are a divine group, protected and led by the one true above us.
Lead is poisonous.
It also has more than one meaning, and you know precisely what I meant.
I heard in lead and not and lead, so
of course.
Why.
We can play word games at another time.
Oh, but it's my favorite game with you.
Perhaps on the trip, be it to this tomb or the towers.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys know that you'll have to travel pretty far to the southeast or southwest, I'm sorry, and and then part of that will be going through the Locklands, which is a very swampy place full of lakes and these kind of deciduous rainforest. Past that is a desert. I don't think I have to explain what that is, and that will probably be like if we want to, we can kind of stretch the adventure out into kind of 3 legs.
Mm-hmm.
The trek there, the exploration of the towers, and then the trek back. Or we can kind of hand wave the trek back. It's up to you guys. What you guys think is going to be more interesting to play through.
See how long it takes us to fuck around.
Okay, play by ear.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
So this is going to be like a long-term score.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys might have opportunities to have like wilderness downtime, which is something we've experimented with in another group, which is a little bit limited, but most of the time you can find a way to do most of your activities, with the exception of like some long-term projects and stuff out there.
We can't hire another custodian out in the wilderness.
There's wilders. We might.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
He casts a spell on like a rabbit. He's like, I'm here to clean up your jizz.
I want this now, and I want that voice forever for them.
Hey. All right. Yeah. So preparations might be in order, but you guys do have a vehicle now, and your lair is secure, so you don't have to worry about anybody really fucking with it while you're gone. I imagine your custodian and your your botanist will be in and out to kind of check on things, take care of things. I can't believe I'm saying it now. God damn it. So
The custodian will be glad for a break.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you mean I just have to clean up after the one bird that we left behind?
I have actual cleaning to do.
I'm gonna bio. You guys figure out your last minute preparations, and then we'll kind of maybe move on to maybe more gathering information, or just go into the engagement role.
The engagement, yeah. We'll
get a +1 for engagement, just to remind.
All right.
Nice.
We need to think about what we're gonna do if one of us dies.
Oh. Was just like that, huh?
I just want to be like, it's a long journey, and I just want to be prepared. Like, what happens if we run out of food? I would like to say, if I die first, you can all eat me.
Oh.
I'm quite lean.
Are we going to get to a point where we need to resort to cannibalism?
I don't know. I'm just saying that if we do, I'm consenting to becoming food if I die first.
Oh,
Didn't we eat the chocobos first? Or the cassawarabos, or whatever the fuck they're called?
A giant
Probably.
birds? Okay.
Probably best, yeah.
Probably.
Well, ideally, that will not be an issue. Also, we need them to get back.
True, but we could also leave them behind if we had to. In the wagon. But I prefer not to.
I'd rather eat one of them and struggle to get back than have to eat one of us. I don't think we're going to be gone that long, though.
Okay, this is just, I just wanted to communicate my consent. That's all I
We have a fancy wagon that lets us keep all sorts of stuff in there. We can have rations for...
Consent the consent is noted. If we have any desire to eat you, it will be on a more sexual manner than a cannibalism.
Well, that is entirely between you.
She gave consent, so we're just saying that it's on the table.
That is
to everybody.
I believe that you are playing more word games in an inappropriate way. But
that is entirely my forte.
Of course. I do not want to take away from your professional attitude. However, that is not the work that we are currently doing. It is very likely, as we are able to use this very large wagon that we have, that we could store enough dried food to last us an entire journey across the entire hemisphere. I'm not quite certain that we will need such measure.
I have no intention of eating anyone except Cass.
You can have my consent.
Cooties.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even dessert.
Okay,
Padre,
I am definitely dessert.
I suppose that's another thing we have to discuss, since we're all sharing a wagon. Do we need to, put socks on the handles, or do we just, go dry the entire time? Do we need, we need to talk,
I was just gonna bring my, earplugs.
Oh, and and our mask, our sleep mask. It's true. You can just make magic earplugs now. But I'm just saying, just don't.
I'll use some magic to soundproof wherever it is. That
Like,
we're
make a
staying.
soundproof curtain and just make sure it doesn't rock. Is like just make sure that everyone is like.
I can't
nuts.
promise that.
Can't promise that. We'll try. We'll do our best.
And no fucking on your watch.
Okay, that I can promise.
Okay, we need.
We're making out. You got to be actually watching and not each other.
Yes, like in fact, I vote that if you want to fuck the person, don't do a watch with them. That
Fair.
goes for all of us.
I will have no trouble.
Exactly. We can all go with the padre. It's
I'm
fine.
hurt. Yeah. That sounds fair. I would
Might
hate to
bring
do
the water
anything that
bottle.
would- Yeah. I
Stay
would not do
hydrated.
anything that would put any of you in jeopardy.
By the way, we determined the weird flavor in this smoothie was just ripe banana.
How you go from fish to ripe banana, though? It's just.
I just
Quite
don't
a taste exploration.
Yeah, it was definitely a taste exploration. Yeah, but we determined that's what it was. Mm-hmm.
A taste exploration.
Okay, well, now that we've discussed the ins and outs of sex life on the road, I feel like we are ready to more so than just rations. What sort of other preparations might we need to bring?
Food for the birds, food for us. But that's why we hired an expert to come with us to take care of our birds. I'm assuming he is also taking care of feeding them.
I think we still need to provide the feed, though.
Yeah. But he's just responsible for taking care of them and stuff. So no, like what to just a deck of cards in case we get bored, some dice in case we get bored. I have this book called Dungeons and Dragons. It's like a game that you play, maybe. Like,
That sounds like it would be
Right up my
a
street.
bit blasphemous. I'm not sure we should partake in anything like that.
Oh no, we can't have that.
No satanic panic here,
No.
please.
Not
Hold on.
not today, Solarian Satan.
What? Wait.
One thing I would absolutely like to propose and take advantage of, my connection with the color has taken an interesting turn in recent times, but there is a new spell that I will offer where I can consecrate the wagon so that it deters supernatural attention. I will likely repeat this any place that we do actually set up camp, but if there is no objection, I would like to do this directly to the wagon as well.
Certainly.
Yes, please concentrate the wagon. Consecrate the wagon.
Yeah.
You better
Yeah,
do
we'll
it.
take a quick peep at that ability.
You better do it before Cassandra and Reuben consecrate.
Not sure if it would function well, great. It does say an area, so I'm not sure actually if it would be applicable as a game question to an item or a traveling cart, as it were.
I mean, it's up to us to decide. I think that for the purposes of like doing it on the cart, there might be like an ongoing side effect for you to like maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
If that's something you're willing to, deal with, then
Great.
that's fine.
I accept.
All right.
I'm so
then
glad you're with us.
So roll cast, and you're trying to use this to deter the supernatural. What does this look like? What are you doing to this cart?
With the cart, I will crush up all of the colors of chalk that I have, and spread a circle around it as I sing and dance the color's praises, also throwing bits of chalk into the air onto the wagon so it looks as though it has been dyed in a delightful street fashion. But that is what the spell calls for. My
Love it.
roll is a 1, and a 6.
Oh. All right. So 6.
Whew, my
Yeah,
dude.
let's see. Where's my thing real quick?
Where's my soup? I saw a delightful meme that relates to that.
So for this, I think it's going to be a minor harm, and it's just going to be exhaustion. Like you're just tired. You're focusing a lot of your spiritual energy into the spell and maintaining it while providing a great benefit to you and your allies is going to drain a lot of your energy.
Call that a level 1.
Yeah. So drained, exhausted, whatever makes it the most sense for you. That's how we'll rule that. And so that might make it a little bit harder to do things, physically exert yourself. With that being said, does anybody want to do any other preparations before we roll for a engagement roll? Any items that you guys you can always spend a coin to acquire another asset? Any people you want to hire or things you would want to do? Just saying, because it might be a while before you're back in Blackstone.
Yeah.
Do we want to hire any like extra muscle just in case?
Insulting.
I said just in case, and the emphasis was extra.
Is there a possibility, given my that I understand how to work with nightmare lures and luring nightmare entities on the frontier, but also my ability to do rune smithing and stuff, to try and create like an anti nightmare thing, like something that sort of like lowers our threat level, if that makes sense?
Well, you have the like shadowy thing, and then I can make
Yeah.
mist,
Yeah,
and then the
'cause
father can consecrate everything.
I'm thinking like something that I can craft that just stays with the thing that's always up. So it's not like a continually me having to keep casting, but if I could craft something before we go, that operates in the opposite way to a nightmare lure.
I feel like that would be a long-term project probably. But if you wanted to, it would be, do you not have something that deters spirits already? You have your mask. I think that's like for.
I've got a mask, and it lowers my like I'm guarded against being possessed, and I have witch sight, and my mask lets me see things ahead of time, but it's not something that like.
So it's very similar to what the father's done with the cart there, but you want kind of more of a mobile version of that, like a ward you could wear.
Sure. I'm just thinking because, like I say, as part of my equipment.
Are you looking for like a mosquito repellent that you can like sit down on a table, but for nightmares?
Yeah, just something that kind of lowers our threat level, makes us less appealing to them. Like spraying WD-40 to get rid of wasps. I don't know.
I'm sure that you could acquire some kind of ward, like a necklace with a ward, or some kind of artifact that deters spirits. Let's see.
Because I imagine I have connections and contacts of people who are in my kind of line of work that would maybe help me out with that. But I was just thinking, like I say, because I have something that lures them to us, should I want to, if there's a way of having something that did the opposite.
So, yeah, roll your. It will cost 1 coin to do the downtime activity.
Sure.
Or you can spend rep as well, but that's up to the crew at large.
We have like just go ahead and spend the coin. Like where else were we gonna spend it on the frontier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You roll your tier, so you roll 1.
Okay. I will use one of my additional die.
Hot dog.
4 and a 6.
All right, so a tier plus 1. So you get a tier 2. We'll call it a lantern of warding. You have like a lantern that when you turn it on, the light kind of deters supernatural and otherworldly things from entering. It's the light that it projects.
That's fine.
It's eerie, pale green glow.
Nice. I love it. Does it look like it's coming out of a skull or something? That'd be cool.
I was imagining like a very like Victorian-esque like
Okay. Yeah.
lantern, maybe one that you could that's very small and you can like hang it from your waistline or something.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. He's just very aware that recently various things have been happening to him that seem to be drawing nightmarish, shadowy things to him, and maybe
Gotta wear protection, Dave.
gotta wear protection. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So with an engagement roll, guys, this is an archaeological plan, I'm imagining, with the towers being the detail. Let's see, what's y'all's preferred type of plans? This might fall into that category.
Whoever does the roll, you get a +1 dice.
Plunder. Yeah, so this would probably count as plunder. So I'll give you guys an extra die for that. You guys go ahead and choose your loadouts for this.
Heavy.
Heavy. Yay, heavy.
Heavy.
Oh,
It's my
everybody's going.
padre. Heavy.
Cassandra is a delicate flower. She will go medium.
Oh.
You gotta work out more.
Yeah, no.
You're not gonna get a lot of fly-ins out here. I'm just saying. You could just.
Like the most work she does is to keep everything tight. She doesn't lift.
Okay.
The core muscles.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you guys are gonna get 4 dice on your engagement roll. Whoever wants to roll
Nice.
that.
Is that including
That is not
the-
including your
which side? Okay.
bonus.
So
you'll
5.
get
5 dice.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
jeez.
Jeez Louise.
I
What
will
have I
gladly
got?
roll the 5 dice.
Do it, Padre.
May the color be with you.
The color is
See
always
those
with us.
ones? Snake
And also
eyes.
with you.
I'm just messing with you.
It's like 5 ones.
Oh, could you imagine? What are the
You
chances?
have asked, and you have received a 1, a 1, a 1,
Oh no.
a 2,
Oh,
and a 3.
Oh
Color.
yeah. You have a
color,
reroll?
no.
I do not. I believe I have an extra die.
You do have an extra die.
Do
You
it.
don't have any rerolls.
Throw that on there if you want. I don't care.
Come on, baby.
Come
Big
on,
money, no
color.
whammies. Bring us a 6.
It's up to you. You can save
Up
it for
to you.
later.
We'll save it.
All
All
right.
right. you guys are in desperate position when the action starts.
Probably wondering how we got in this situation.
That's how I met your mother.
Epic montage of you guys like strapping up like all your gear on, you're like loading up the wagon, you like set out, and then like cut to like you're all bleeding out on the ground. No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
that one scene from
Not
Community where Troy comes back with the pizzas, so there's just
Yeah, just everything's on fire.
Yeah.
gunshot
Or-
wounds.
Or when or the paintball episode where what's his face wakes up in his car, like goes to nap in his car, and then wakes up and it's like a hellscape.
Mhm.
The very start of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So the cool thing about being in a desperate position is when you roll the die, you get an XP in the
In the roll. Yeah.
Oh.
category that you roll in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you roll
Hell yeah.
cast, you would get a spirit XP. So as you guys set off, you look like a small platoon of soldiers kind of setting out, and people kind of get out of your way as you exit the town and enter the Nightmare Frontier. There's kind of a distinct border where the protection of the city's wards stop, and this wilderness kind of begins. And though you've traveled through here before, perhaps not in this manner, it is always kind of striking to see how everything, even when taking the same route, everything seems different. Everything seems to have changed since the last time you're here. The plants kind of lean in a different direction, and the road seems to bend at the wrong point. Even the kind of the bird song in the trees seems foreign to your ears in a way that is a little off-putting. However, the beauty of the landscape cannot be denied as you kind of head down through this hilly area into the forests and the prairies below. You guys have a pretty easy time of it for the most part, dealing with some tough climbs and a little bit of a long ride, trying to navigate this wagon down through this rough terrain is time consuming and exhausting for you, both you and the cassawaries. So by the time you get down into this valley where these prairies kind of branch out from, you're all very exhausted and covered in dirt and scuffs, and ready to kind of take off your backpacks and take a breather. However, as you guys get down or sit down for a moment and kind of catch your breath, you notice that the sun kind of goes behind the clouds, and it seems to get unnaturally dark for a moment. You can't see the sky anymore at all. Seems like something's almost sucking the light out of the sky, and it immediately kind of sends your pack animals into a frenzy. They start chirping and cawing and freaking out, trying to buck their reins and their bridles. Let's see if does anybody want to roll for the stable master?
I will, since everybody else seems to have shit rolls today.
Go for it. Yeah,
Not
he gets
incorrect.
two dice on this roll, since he's a tier 2 guy.
I got a 1 and a 6. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So he manages to calm down these birds. They're still kind of cooing, and as he kind of is talking to them in this burrower tongue, it's like very strange, like way of communicating that he seems to resonate with the animals. Um, he kind of interlaces some magic with his words and calms them down. Uh, that was an actually really good impression of a chocobo. Holy shit! Um, so
it's
I played.
Funny story. I'm actually friends with the voice actress that does the Chocobo in Final Fantasy Unlimited. So
That's great. 15 is
Yeah.
15 is one of my favorites, and there's lots of chocobo riding in that one.
Yep.
So, yeah, what are you guys doing? It seems still early in the afternoon, so there's no sun in sight.
Afternoon, but it's dark as fuck. You know, last time this happened, is it windy?
There doesn't seem to be a change in weather.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I don't think it's a tornado.
No, I'm gonna slowly pull my mask down. Yeah, no, this
Should
doesn't
be
seem
very
very
cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to scan the area to see if what is happening is unnatural?
Yeah,
Kind of like when we found the creepy
absolutely.
river and it was blood.
Well, you're getting the feeling it's unnatural just from having this mask on. You can kind of see the energy in the air all kind of swirling and swarming in one direction over the trees to the to the west, directions.
Okay. Whatever it is, the energy's drawing that way. I don't know if that means we should move away from it. Is that the direction we have to head in?
You guys are kind of heading southwest. You could take a little detour and avoid this, but it seems like whatever it is, it's scared your mounts. So it might be a few minutes before you can get going again. You start to hear kind of this rumble in the forest. Like the ground kind of shakes a little bit. And you hear some birds cawing. You can't see them, but you can hear like the trees rustling as the birds start to fly out.
Is there is there any place that we could possibly hide the birds? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Could we put them inside the wagon?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean the wagon is
Because it's
big
technically
enough on
big
the
enough.
inside to shove them all in. Yeah.
And the
Is that what
wagon
you
is
guys wanna do?
boarded, so yeah. Let's get that, and just in case something tries to eat our birds, because that's what I feel like is trying to happen.
Yeah, this is not good. We could try and just hunker down and hope this is something that passes. Because we know, like, when we're out here, things shift and change, right? Like,
Yeah, this place is kind of
here or
in a state of flux all the time.
We also have, like, I guess while we're trying to hunker the birds down for whatever this is, Kat and I also have our familiars. Maybe we can send one of them in to see what's making the trees move and stuff like that.
Yeah, we can send Bob Ross in if we want.
Bob Ross is the name of your...
top notch.
I don't know if I named mine.
Ezra, right?
Ezra?
Yeah, isn't that yours?
Okay.
is now.
It is now. I was to say, if it was gonna be Bob Ross, mine was gonna be Mr. Rogers.
Perfect.
The wholesome twosome.
Mr. Ezra Rogers. Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea, Kat. Just in case there's something coming this way. My gut is telling me it's big. No. But also the shaking of the ground. It could be a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
So you send your familiar off into the woods.
Yep. We'll see what happens.
What form is your familiar take?
A hawk, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it flies off into the darkness using kind of its innate magical abilities, kind of see through this darkness, and you can see there over the tree line through your familiar's eyes, you can kind of see this light. And it seems like it's this bright source of light, looks like sunlight almost, and it's coming from this spot over the trees, and it's kind of sweeping like a searchlight almost through the trees. And you watch some of the trees that it's looking at kind of tumble and knock and fall down before the light. Your bird's like, Bob Ross is like, this does not chill. And
Agreed.
I would like to come back now.
Agreed. So I will explain that the light is knocking over trees and being creepy.
Like lands on your shoulder and is like, that was fucked.
What do we want to do? Knock hot out and wait, or
We should let this blow over because everybody seems to be on edge about this.
So you guys get the
with the birds.
you guys getting all in the wagon with the
I
birds?
think so. I imagine because it's it's infinite inside, right, or whatever.
It's not infinite. It's
Yeah.
large.
It's large. Gotcha. Yeah, I imagine
Spacious.
half
We
of
may
the
s-
wagon is
It might be wise to keep at least one set of eyes outside.
pretty sure.
It's like the size of a studio apartment.
Gotcha. Are you volunteering?
I feel like you
Padre?
could fit some cassowaries and some people in a studio apartment.
Oh yeah, it's not
It
gonna be
wouldn't
like,
go well, but
yeah, you can do it. Not impossible.
I could stay out. I'm very small.
So you're gonna keep lookout?
I think so. I think I'll keep lookout. I'm gonna
take your hammer with you so it can weigh you down a bit.
Oh, don't worry. I always have my fucking hammer.
Do you want some company?
I think I'd rather remember we had this discussion. I'm prepared to die and to be eaten. So
You said that we were allowed to eat you, not the wildlife.
So why don't we do a group action? Whoever
Sounds
wants to
good.
lead it can, but it's gonna be a stalk. So I know
a
not
stalk.
a lot of you guys are
I
stalk.
don't think any of
stalky.
us have stock.
I have one.
I have no stock.
I have one.
You guys are
stock.
trying to
Have a
be
bit of
quiet.
stock.
But I think I also have dice, so it's
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Are we gonna
I
do
re-
a group?
A group action. Okay.
I have
Um,
a dice, so I can at least.
I guess I'm leading it since I'm the one that volunteered to go out, or the Padre's the one with the idea. What's up? How do you feel, Padre? You actually have
I
one
would
in
take no
stock.
issue in stalking.
Okay. All right. If Padre wants to lead that one, how's your
More about
stress
who
level?
wants to take the stress.
Yeah, how's your stress level, Padre? That's what I want to know.
My stress is fine.
All right. If you feel comfortable with that, let's group stalk.
I rolled a 6 and a 5, and I have to take the worst of the two.
A 4.
Got 3 and a 2.
2.
So a 2 is my number. Yeah.
I got a 5 and a 3 and a 1. And I gotta use up my little.
And these
box.
are desperate actions, so don't forget to mark off body.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So,
Yeah.
what was the highest result? I think it was a 5.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
5.
I have
And
a
then
5.
we had 2. So you take 2 stress. And so you guys all hop into the wagon where you are warded from the supernatural. And Brienne, you are kind of hiding
Mhm.
near the wagon, perhaps behind it or in a bush or
I
something.
could just
I'm
be
not sure.
under it. I'm short enough.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and you have your hammer out. You're like anticipating. You're looking around.
Yeah.
You see from the over the tree line, this light comes shining into the valley like a spotlight.
Mhm.
And it searches around, and you can watch as it shines onto the wagon and kind of keeps going. And you can see from underneath, you can make out this tall frame of a humanoid, and the light seems to be coming from where its face would be,
Mhm.
as it lumbers like a giant over the valley that you guys are in, kind of passing by. And it stops for a moment, and you kind of hold your breath, and it looks down, and you you can't help but like kind of gasp as it shines this bright light onto you, and it kind of blinds you for a moment, and then this thing keeps lumbering off into the distance.
Oh, good thing I went to the bathroom before we left.
Um, as you, yeah, so as this thing kind of departs slowly, as you hear it lumbering further and further, and the shaking of the earth kind of gets softer and softer. The light starts to creep back into the sky,
Mhm.
and you guys can probably watch most of this unfold from out the windows in the back of the carriage, but
Mhm.
um, the Caswaris are quite shook, to the point where they are they've kind of made a mess of the interior, and it's going to take a while to kind of get them all back into their rigging and get going again. So you guys might as well take a small break for the time being.
Would it be possible to use some of the color's will and wish to calm these birds?
You could try, for sure. It seems within the realm of possibility. You're gonna try and use some calming magic.
Yes.
Makes sense. So roll
2 6s and a 1, although it is less effective.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You calm the birds to the point where you're easily able to help the stable master get them out of the carriage and hooked back up. You guys are now in a risky position.
Yeah, that crit. Oof. I was going to see kind of like where they're trying to calm the birds.
You do get XP in that
Yep.
casserole for that casserole.
I want to look around and see if this is look for evidence if this is a one-time pass for this monster or if it was like a territorial stroll. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that would be either investigate or gain insight.
Yeah, I will investigate this. Like, do we have to worry about this returning into our vicinity anytime soon, or are we kind of good to just vibe? Oh man, that's a 3. I don't know. It's a 1 and a 3, so it's a 3. Mm-hmm.
you're looking around, and you start to look for signs that this thing's like maybe like hunting grounds, and you start to notice that there are signs of uprooted trees and overturned rocks and things of that nature, footprints, and it seems like this this thing probably knows this area very well, comes through it frequently, and it could be nearby still.
Okay. My friends, I don't think we should be waiting here very long. As soon as we can get those birds moving, I think it's a good. Like, luckily we know the sign of this thing approaching, but I wouldn't want to linger here. I think this is its. I think we're in its backyard, essentially.
Hmm.
Given that it is a lumbering, shadowy figure, would I be able to discern, even if I need to use some magic, I'm happy to try and cast something to see if this is reminiscent of the shadowy figure that's been kind of plaguing me and now Cass when I've been going into the Dreamlands.
Yeah, it'd probably be gain insight.
Gain insight, sure. 6, 4, and 2.
You have a feeling that this thing isn't directly related. It could be attracted to the symbols that have marked you, these otherworldly brands. But you get the feeling that this was more of a mindless, not mindless, but a creature searching for something, either food or threats. You don't feel like it was related to
Similar
the
thing.
presence that you felt in your visions.
Cool. Okay. Sweet. That's fine then. Oh, do we? If we're gaining XP when we're in Upsheet Creek position, does mind go up by 2 because we're trained in it, or is it still just the 1?
No, it's only when you're training
So it's just
in
the
downtime. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thanks.
And we're not in desperate anymore. We're in a risky position now.
Oh. Okay. So we're
that crit success from that cast changed our position.
Knocks that. Okay, Fabby.
Well, how's the birds coming, Hamish?
Hamish? Oh yeah, the stable master's name. Hamish says they'll be ready to go in a few minutes. If you guys are ready to go, then we can start heading out.
I don't think this is a good place for camping. We need to get out of this thing's yard.
So you guys start traveling through the valley again. You reach the kind of the entrance or exit to this valley, if you will. It's these 2 hills on either side. You open up into these kind of rolling plains, and you feel a bit safer knowing that if this thing were to come at you, it wouldn't be obscured by the trees now. However, there is this feeling of exposure that kind of comes with being out on the prairie, and you guys travel for what seems like a long time before night finally does fall. Seems like hours and hours go by, but night finally does come. You guys make camp, and you go on like this for another day or 2 before you reach this humid part of the Nightmare Frontier, and the prairies turn into this this deciduous forest, where you can kind of hear the chirping of frogs, and you can see the signs of life all around you, including trail markers and things leftover tools and arrowheads from the wilder people that kind of populate this land. It's contested by several different clans, so occasionally there's signs of battle as you guys kind of make your way slowly through this thick forest. You have to find the trails that are wide enough for your carriage to go down, and the heat starts to get to you after a while. But you're able to stop and take breaks at the various ponds and locks that are scattered through this land. Some of them are great, massive lakes that you can't see the other side of, and others are just small ponds that you could skip a rock across. But it goes on like this for some time before you reach the shore of one of the lakes on your maps. And this lake could take a couple of days to get around, or if you guys are able to, you could try to ford the carriage, or like try to get somebody to transport you across. You could try to use magical means. There's a lot of angles you could take to there's more than one way to skin a lake. So however you guys want to go about this. I'm not sure if your experience and your tool sets have prepared you for this, but I'm sure you guys are creative enough to figure it out.
Yeah, it's tempting to do flashback to basically having something that rigs up the car to boat technology and just let our thing float.
I don't know.
I feel like that's a bit adventurous.
Flashback.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's quite adventurous.
We could also just try and levitate it across.
Yeah. Yeah, we could. There's enough of us that can cast.
A group cast roll. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Hell yeah. If one person focuses on the lift and the other person focuses on the like movement, like a gust thing to like get us going.
Like this.
I'm assuming we could find some way of rigging, because it's supposed to be like one of those old timey Western caravans with like the cloth on top. You could like hook it up so that it makes like a sail.
The more steampunky fantasy crap you throw at me, the more I like it. So I do need to go to the bathroom real quick, so I'm going to take a bio break, and when we get back, hopefully Val will be back, and we'll do a group cast roll. Sorry about this. Ooh, nature calls. I've been drinking Red Bull.
That's fair.
I
Not
have some
sponsored.
peach and mango beer.
I have Dr. Pepper with cream soda, also not sponsored, but if they want to.
Hook me up.
Yeah.
Personally, it has been tap water out of a bottle, and I am personally sponsored by tap water.
Ah.
Healthy set of us all.
It does refract the light, so you know. I have strawberry lemonade tea.
Ooh.
It tastes pretty good.
Do we need to roll for a group drink check as well?
We definitely should.
It's the hydrate or dihydrate roll.
Yeah. Exactly.
I unfortunately do not have any training in drink.
I feel like we'd have to get Cass to lead that group roll.
Okay. Everybody hydrated?
Sort of.
I've had some of that mango peach beer. It's good. If it's the same kind, I don't know.
Moose head.
No, I had a different kind.
It's probably Canadian beer that I'm having then.
Canadian beer sounds great.
Moosehead sounds Canadian.
Yeah, well.
All right, so let me check real quick if Val even has anything in cast. She might not want to participate, but she might want to anyway. Let's see.
Who wants
It's hard to say. She does have one in cast. So.
I only have 2 in stress, so I don't mind bleeding. Unless you've got 0.
I've got 3, so it doesn't matter to me either way.
I'll take that for the team.
All right. Well, we can go ahead and roll, and we'll resolve Rian's roll when she gets back.
You know. Let's do this. Hell yeah.
What'd you get?
2 6s and a 1.
All right. So we got a crit.
I got a 5, a 4, a 3, and a 2.
Okay, so
2,
Only we were
3,
playing
and
Yahtzee.
5.
no failures so far.
I'm gonna use one of my extra dice since I only have 1 in cast. So let's see. 6 and a 1.
Nice. So as long as Val, we'll just see if she rolls a failure, and that means you'll take a stress. Other than that, you're not taking any stress. You guys
Nice.
got a critical. So yeah, you managed to you guys managed to put your magical will together and cast a levitation spell on the carriage. I imagine that it's very draining. You guys get all the choke bows and everyone inside, and you have someone else cast a gust of wind. You use Catriel. You use your ability to manipulate the weather to kind of power the sail, and since Rian's back, we'll have her roll as well if she wants.
Oh, what am I rolling?
You want to roll a cast roll? See if you.
Yeah,
You don't have to, but we got a group roll going.
I got it. I have a ticking cast now. It's a 2.
All right, so you take 1 stress. And as you guys are traveling over this this lake, it is a vast lake, and it goes on for a while before you can even see the other side. You guys are all kind of focused on powering this spell, and who's kind of I imagine Catriel and maybe someone else is standing on the top of the carriage trying to direct the wind. You see this gleam in the water from underneath, and all of a sudden this massive fish just jumps arcing over and just barely missing you as you kind of cling to the carriage.
What
And
the fuck?
when it splashes, when it hits the water, it sends this massive wave up into the air that kind of knocks the carriage around, and it kind of, the spell kind of falters for a moment, and then it keeps going. You can see this fish kind of circling around and coming through this crystal clear water back at you. It's the size of a small house.
Oh no.
Is that fish trying to eat us?
I don't want to be Jonah.
I don't. Fuck.
You gave it consent. Now it's trying.
I didn't give the fish consent to eat me.
Someone should shoot it so it knows we're a spicy meal and it doesn't want to eat it.
And if you motherfuckers got a bow?
And this thing getting closer by the second.
Yeah. Who's got something to
Yes,
shoot?
I will shoot it with my Overwatch ability as well,
Ooh.
just to make sure. I got 2 6s and a 2.
Okay.
Hell
What do you shoot it with?
Some magical fiery or electricity bolts, I guess, because it's in water.
You witch bolt that
All
fucker.
right. Yeah, so you conjure up, since you're already controlling the weather, you conjure up a storm cloud in your hands and send a lightning bolt hurling towards the water. And this fish, you can see gets zapped. You can see smoke kind of rising up off the surface of the lake. As this giant, like smoldering fish carcass kind of comes floating, bobbing up to the surface.
Can we hook it and take it to shore with us for foods and research purposes because it's so big?
I imagine you could. I won't make you roll for that since it
Yay!
seems to be like the threat is gone. But yeah, good job. You managed to nail that thing.
He
You
fucks
guys
that thing up.
drag its corpse to the far side of the lake, where you can use it for dinner. Although be wary that something this big would attract predators of a great size from a great distance. The
Yeah.
smell.
For sure.
It may be good to just harvest it and
And
move
leave
on.
it somewhere else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I can.
I just imagine they're using lightning in the waters that you're like, yeah, we killed it, and then there's just like 80 other smaller fish.
Oh yeah,
Just-
yeah. There's 100 dead fish around it.
What kind, like, just out of curiosity, like, what kind of fish is it? Is it like sturgeon like? Is it
No, it's
bass
like a big bass,
a big
mouth
bass?
bass.
Okay, a big mouth
It's gonna
bass.
swallow your carriage whole.
Gotcha. Okay. Does it have any roe?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay, so it's not pregnant. Okay. I was gonna harvest its roe and possibly use it if it had roe. Otherwise, yeah, just get some of its flaky meat and move on. Well, actually, would I know if there's anything from something this size that could be useful? Like,
I mean, it seems like a normal fish.
yeah.
So anything you could use a normal fish for.
Okay.
It just seems vast in size.
Oh, you know what? I'm really gonna collect some of this oil because it's gonna be great for your skin, Cassandra.
Ooh.
And also in general, you should all just consume more fish oil. It's very good for your heart. I'm not a medical doctor, but I have a friend that is.
Not a doctor. I just play one on TV.
I am a fucking doctor, just not a medical. Yeah, just get some meat, get some oil, and move on. No musk. Like, why are my characters always just collecting things from dead animals? I don't know. It's just a freaking. I'm just thinking about all the other characters that I have. That's like, I'm gonna take everything from this thing and make shit out of it. And here we are again. I'm just getting.
So you guys set up camp that night,
Mm-hmm.
if I may be so bold.
Yes.
You may.
And you take shifts, doing the watch, and Ruben, during your sleep, you're plagued by nightmares that seem to play on your insecurities about being able to keep Cassandra and your friends safe, and the things that are kind of haunting you, and physically and or literally and metaphorically. And you see this figure approach you in your dream and reach out and grab you on your chest and start to twist, and you just feel this aching in your chest, this sharp pain, and you begin to scream. do you want to roll a resistance roll? You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely try to resist that.
All right, it's gonna be spirit roll.
Spirit roll. Okay. Fuck. Ooh, 2 4s.
Let's see. 2 4s. So, you take 2 stress, and you kind of wake up covered in sweat, and you can see Cassandra, you're kind of awake. This wakes you up too. You're kind of like there. She's been thrashing about it, or he's been thrashing about in his sleep, so it woke you up as well. And both of you can kind of feel this aching in your chest, like where this magical scar is, and it feels like maybe being out here in this arcane magic saturated environment is exacerbating your situation.
Feels like it's getting
Not
worse.
masturbating, exacerbating.
Yeah, exacerbating.
Both?
Masturbation may exacerbate
It
the
That's
may
situation
exacerbate.
as well.
That definitely will help ease
Needs-
the tension.
We have to do
later.
more research to find out.
We have to go deeper.
Okay.
Can only go so deep.
But
Not with that attitude.
the rest of the group seems to be mostly asleep, except for whoever
Uh,
happens to be keeping watch.
Can I look to see if it is physically getting worse?
It seems the same. Although the pain is greater. Like there's this dull, aching kind of pain. Doesn't inhibit you in any way, but it definitely nags at you. Especially when you're laying there trying to go to sleep and there's no distractions.
Not good, huh?
No. Maybe a distraction.
Well,
I'll distract him from the pain.
fade to black. You guys wake up in the next morning, and you are nearing the desert. It seems like you've been traveling for weeks, although it's only been about a week since you left town. But the wilderness and the rough conditions makes time seem like it's dragging on. Maybe time is dragging on. It's hard to say with all the unnatural things that kind of happen out here. But throughout the day, you don't run into any more trouble. You guys still have a good bit of your supplies, rations left as you enter into this desert. Slowly, the tree line fades, and you guys walk out travel out into this this desert of dunes and rocky plateaus. The sand here has this orangish red hue to it, and it seems like the stones that stick up out of the ground are sharpened to points, as if the environment itself is trying to keep you on edge. The wildlife here is teeming, even though it seems at first like it might be sparse. There, you find that if you look around long enough, you can find insects and snakes and things of sorts of creepy crawlies that kind of inhabit the rocks and bushes of this landscape, as well as many birds and vultures, things of that nature that fly overhead. On the horizon, you kind of catch the sight of a herd of some kind of pack animal, large and looming. Can't quite make out the details, but they seem like these large, furry beasts. And slowly but surely, you follow the map, navigating your way through this desolate area. And so you come upon the horizon where you can see, and so you come upon the site of these two towers on the horizon, one of which has this large crescent moon structure sticking out of the side, and you make your way towards them. I think that might be a good time to wrap it up. We can do some payoff and experience. Since I think if we go further, it might be hard to find a stopping point.
Okay, dokie.
Guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Okay.
got a heckin' big fish.
We
A
did.
heckin' big fish. Yeah.
A heckin' big fish.
Somebody became Jonah.
I know. He became my smoothie.
Flashback, you guys got eaten by the fish.
Yeah.
Flashback, you guys got eaten by the fish. Nice. All right. Our archaeologist experience, I suppose we'll go ahead and go do that first, if y'all are cool with that.
Well, let's do the group experience first.
Yeah,
artificer.
yeah.
Did you acquire new arcane secrets or relics, execute auspicious or clandestine deals, or secure new sales territory? Not yet.
Yeah, acquiring our asset wouldn't count.
No.
Contend with challenges above your current station. I would say I'll give you one for that, since that creature was definitely a threat that could have killed you all. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. I would give you guys an XP for that, since you left the town looking like a small army and you guys have a brutal reputation. Probably bolstered that a good bit.
And we got a fearsome stable hand. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just playing word games.
Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
Yes.
I mean, we're
We're
going
seeking our
exploring.
job for treasure. Yeah.
Yep.
There's gold in them there hills.
So 3 crew XP then
Gotcha.
from that.
Cool.
Sweet.
Then archaeologist.
Okay. Did we gain addition? Did we make a unique discovery about the Nightmare Frontier, or its forgotten civilizations? If your crew helped you make this, you can also mark crew XP. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely did the towers and stuff with the map. Ruben was doing a lot of discovery.
Yeah. Towers and the tomb and.
Yep. And then you were asking follow-up questions. Yeah.
Yeah, that is okay. Yeah, so I would get one, and the crew would get one.
Crew would get one.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and mark artificers. So we're up to 5 on that one. Dope. Okay. Did I
express your, or no? Did you address challenge with ingenuity or knowledge?
Definitely when I was looking through, like I did that
gathering info.
That gathering info row for sure. I went into that. And I don't think I did anything with intuition. The other would be gathering the asset, but I don't think that. I know I threw that out a third time, but that's just that was a challenge that I rolled for.
I'll give you 2 for that. Then we'll give you 2 XP for that. And then, did you express your drives, beliefs, heritage, or background?
Oh yeah, because I did. I talked a lot about how I talked about it's like I have a lot of stepfathers. Like, there was that, and I also talked about how I do believe that the color exists. I just don't want to worship them.
Yeah, your agnostic views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll give you 2 XP for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some XP.
And I didn't struggle with any of my vices or my traumas.
No,
I really didn't. So we can't say that you did. Ooh, 4 would. I'm gonna put them all in body, I think.
Body.
Mm-hmm. And level up something in my body.
Going down the line. Remiel, did you address challenge with conviction or leadership?
Yes, I would say casting the spell was definitely something to help us with conviction by putting the colors love on that, and more so, even calming the birds when we needed them to get ready to get moving.
For sure. So 2 XP for that. Did you express your tribe's beliefs, heritage, or background?
Yes.
Well, you did go out and preach to the public.
It is always the colors love covering us constantly.
He also expressed that he has no sexual desire for any of us. So it wouldn't be
Continuously.
and that it wouldn't be a problem for him to keep watch with anyone since he's not. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm gonna fight for that because that is definitely part of your beliefs.
Mhm.
It is
All right,
part of my core.
and I don't think you struggled with your vice or anything this time.
Well, I could potentially say that the weird blackout I'm currently experiencing is extending itself to my exhaustion with my loved ones. I avoided them instead of joining them.
Sure, I'll buy it.
Hell yeah.
You did make a point to avoid them. So that's I wasn't keeping track. Let's see, that's
5.
5.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Next is
It's a me.
our clairvoyant. Yes. Did you address a challenge with insight or supernatural forces?
Yeah. The map. Yeah.
The map.
The map. The levitation. The tracking this creepy shadow guy and seeing if yeah.
All right. Did you express your drives, beliefs, heritage, or background? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
At least
Yeah.
once that I could think of.
At least once, and just talking about. I quite like the quip of her being like about people sneaking up on him. He's like, "I'm clairvoyant. Nothing can sleep on me." Quite enjoyed.
Also, something in our own. Something's kind of peeking out in our own conversation at the beginning as well, right? I asked if you were exclusive with.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And your feelings and beliefs on exclusivity.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
5 for you as well, since you definitely are struggling with your vice.
It's a smidge.
Just a continual struggle.
Just constantly struggling.
The struggle bus has left the station.
And
yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Cassandra, did you address challenge with deception or influence?
Yes, I went and dealt with our heat again. Was there anything else in there? We didn't really do any negotiating today. We were kind of off on our own. But definitely that one instance, talk people down.
So
The
did
rumor spreading, yeah.
Mhm.
Did you express your drives, beliefs, heritage, or background?
Yeah. Definitely convinced our good leader that we are not going to eat them unless it's recreationally.
Wait, I'm not the leader.
our good leader.
What?
Yours is the name on the LLC. It's fine.
I'm thinking you're kind of struggling with your vice, but not this session as much.
No, not this session.
So
things were kind of under control and
4 XP, I think. Sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, I'm in agreement.
And
I'm good
then
with 4.
last but not least, we have we have
Cat?
Spellslinger.
Yeah.
For some reason I was thinking we
I
didn't
worked
do the
on my
artificer yet,
okay.
but
So I'm supposed to gain XP if I do arcane secrets or agility. I worked on my grimoire and I helped levitate the thingamabob and I killed the giant fishy
Mm-hmm.
hot
Dog
dog.
crap out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
and all the other fishies.
What about your drives and your beliefs and your heritage?
I really like
and stuff?
coloring books.
Ew.
And the do we need extra muscle? I take offense to that.
That is true.
All right, so I'll give you one for that. And then I don't think you struggle with your vice, did you?
I mean, technically, Rion was talking about our ambiguous relationship. So
You're
I-
struggling with
yeah.
your ability to be close to people.
yes, I am emotionally unavailable.
Mm-hmm.
Feel that. So you're gonna get we'll do 4 XP.
Nice.
And next time we will check these towers out and see if you guys can find some artifacts for your
Ooh, I'm so
collection
excited for
and
things.
or auctions.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming and showing up. Our custodian. We'll get to that later. Thank you, and I'd like to extend my thanks over to Follow Black Cats for that raid earlier today. We appreciate your faces, fam. Give Follow Black Cats a follow. If you don't, they do some teacher RPGs over there as well. As far as the rest of the week, as the channel goes, you can catch us again on Saturday for our Emberwind campaign. We are now at buffer, so if we don't show up, we don't show up, but we only have 4 episodes left of that. 3 episodes left of this as well. We will not be back on Wednesday for Morphs in the Swamp, as we are boycotting or taking a stand with the Twitch Do Better movement. However, we will be airing that in 2 weeks instead. So that's kind of all that's going on. Oh, and you can catch me Sunday over at Ava Sarah's channel, where we're doing our finale of Monster Hearts, and we get to save a camp from... We just had one of our players become Snake God, so that's cool. And my little Gorgon gets to maybe have a friend after camp is over with. We'll see. She's not very good at those. But yeah, that's me. That's us. Everyone else, where can we find you on the internet in the next 7 days? Going in the opposite direction, so that starts off with Dave.
Cool. So I will be here next week, and I think we'll just kind of chill with that for now, as things are falling into place and we're seeing how things shake out.
Well, hi, I'm Bridges, Party Life Games. Considering that Wednesday is a blackout game, I'll probably have our channel not start our new Tomb of Annihilation game on Wednesday and move it to the next one, because this is important. We also have a lot of stuff coming up at the start of September, including a sponsorship that we'll be happy to announce at the start, and a couple new games that will be kicking off, including you can catch us playing Alien RPG over on Weave the Tale. Val and I have a mask game coming up that we're super excited about. Still got to think of a title. I think I'll pick the title after our session 0. So that way I have an idea of what our group is going to look like and what kind of dynamic. So I hadn't forgot about that. Otherwise, yeah, basically I don't have anything really else to hype up other than stay tuned for like the next week or so, because we're going to get back on our own streaming schedule with a few games. But that's it. Yeah.
Nice.
And hi everyone, I'm Emmer, commonly on the internet. You can catch me here for the next few Thursdays with this game. You may see me here soon as a player again. And also fairly soon, I forget exactly how long, a month, 2 months, I forget. You will see Dragon Age back.
Yeah, in like a month we'll be back with Dragon Age. Yep.
Keep your eyes peeled. We have a fun surprise for everyone as a celebration of starting up again.
Okay, sorry.
I'm Fairy Zarina, and you can mostly just find me here and on Twitter by the same name.
I'm Jammy, and you can find me here and on Val's Discord.
Oh wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead now and again, thanks everyone for coming. We're gonna go ahead and raid Penny for a Tale because I see that Anthony is running something, and I see Mitch playing, and those are friends. Like Penny for a Tale are friends of ours, so we're gonna go say hello to. They're playing Pathfinder, it looks like. So we're gonna go say hello to our friends over at Penny for a Tale. So then, everyone, we'll see you later. Bye. See you later.